Today we're going to talk about 8 ways to build a commission system for your sales guys. Okay, my name is Michael Barive, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years, and we did that with zero money invested. Okay, and now we have a solar company that's growing exponentially, coast to coast, like butter on toast. So when it comes to building a commission structure for your sales team, it's very important to understand. Okay, your whole objective is how do I motivate and inspire other people to go execute on the actions that I want done. So like, you got to think about what is it you're trying to accomplish, right? Which leads us to the first thing, right? Write down what you want. Solve for X. What are you looking for? Okay? Are you trying to make $500,000 a year from each office? Are you trying to make $250,000 a year from each office? Are you trying to make 10 grand a week? Like, what are you looking to do from every single salesperson, from every single office? Write it down. Figure out your X. Figure it out. And then solve for it. Okay? Solve for X. Why do you want to solve for X? Because if you don't know what you want, you cannot incentivize the team to get you what needs to get done. And you also have to figure out what do they want, right? It's not only for what you want as a company, as an owner, as a sales leader or whatever, right? This is also for what they want. And if you're a manager, or if you're a sales leader, or if you're just you have a couple of guys, it goes the same thing for you. Like, you need to understand, what do you want out of your office, out of your team? And then what does that person want? What does that specific individual need for themselves, right? Once you figure that out, you gotta do the math. You gotta do the math. Okay, for example, I want to do $100,000 profit off of an office as an example. Okay, so you know that every single week you need to make $2 grand. And you know to make $2 grand, you need to have, let's say, 10 sales. I'm just giving you guys examples, right? So every single sale will give you $200 profit as an example. Okay, so you know that, okay, if I do X amount of sales, it's going to give me X amount of this, X amount of that. So you need to do the math and then figure out, okay, how do I incentivize this person to go out there and get that commission? Because someone's got their money. Someone's got your money. You got to go get it, right? I learned from my man, Grant Cardone. He always says, who's got my money? Who's got my money? It's a very truthful thing. Like, who's got your money? Some customer got it. Some stranger got it. So you got to go out there and incentivize your team to go get it, right? Which leads you to the third thing, right? You have to also think about, okay, do I want a volume and create a lot of money through volume, or do I want to just have short-term profit? Your philosophy may be different. I did both, by the way, okay? And I actually choose volume over the short-term profit. The reason why is I'd rather make less money temporarily, but make more money long-term than make a lot of money short-term and then not make enough long-term, because people won't stick around you for a long time. What I mean by that is very simple. Create incentives where you can give them more money, which leads me to the next thing, right? Number 5, which we're going to skip number 4 for a second. You want to share the wealth. Don't just be the guy that makes 80% or 90% of the profit and you give everyone 10% only. If you have great margins, give a lot of money to your team. Make sure they're making juicy commissions. You want them to make a lot of money. Oh, Michael, what if they make a lot of money and they get lazy? No, they won't get lazy. They'll get motivated. People get motivated when they have a lot of money, in their commissions. People want to be part of an organization where they can make significant 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure months, whatever it may be. You got to give them the opportunity to do so. And if you don't have an opportunity like that, then figure out a way. Put the HOW in your face and say, how can I get it done? See, I worked in New York and New Jersey when I had a couple offices, and my margins were not as big as they are today. My margins were very small. So I had to be very careful how I allocated all the money. But through volume, we made a lot of money because we had hundreds and hundreds of sales a week. And when you have volume, you're able to make a good chunk of money. It's not through the short-term profit. A lot of the business owners that we worked with and we saw it, they were short-term profit. They want to make quick money right now. And that's not the way to do it. Okay. You want to make money on the volume. Okay. Number 4, okay, attach incentives to the habits. What do I mean by that? You want to make sure that if you want a specific habit in your team, incentivize that habit. For example, we do book it a month in our company. We have a commission for that, right? We just went out and did a charity with the team. We actually had them spin the wheel to get bonuses for that. They didn't have to. They chose to, but we did that. Cost us a couple $100 to give them these bonuses, right? But it was worth it because we are incentivizing the right behaviors. If I want my team to study a course, I'll put an incentive after the course. Whatever you want your team to do, create an incentive. Anything you want them to do, you want them to show up on time, you want anything, create incentives. We used to have a tier system, okay, which is right here. I know we're jumping around. We used to have a tier system in our old offices where if you showed up on time, you got an extra bonus that day just because you showed up on time. It was an education bonus. Because you want to come here early and study and educate yourself, we're going to incentivize you. So think about the habits that you want and put an incentive attached to it. I promise you'll see a massive jump in all your sales and a massive jump in all your areas, because remember, people are incentivized, whether it's financial incentive or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as there's an incentive. Okay? We talked about sharing the wealth, very important. Stop trying to be, like in Russian we say, hapuga, trying to keep all the money for yourself. Share the wealth. How many people can be successful with you? That's the true ultimate key to success. You want to be successful? Look behind you. How many people are better off because of you? And if you don't have anyone behind you creating some wealth with you, then you're not creating success. You're just being a fat slob, in my humble but accurate opinion. How many people around you are creating success? Now, remember, if they're just a janitor and they're cleaning the apartment or they're cleaning the building or they're cleaning something, you don't have to give them $1 million a year for that. Or maybe you can incentivize them to have a little business within your business. Give them access to other clients. Like for example, we have a guy named Malik here, right? He has access to all of my network. I'm giving him an incentive. Utilize my network. Make money off them. I don't care. I want him to make money because if he makes a lot of money, it helps me out. He's going to be more calm. He'll be more conscious. He'll like me better because he's making more money. Does that make sense? You got to incentivize your people and share the wealth. Share the wealth. Share your opportunities. Don't just keep it for yourself. Okay? 6, create standards and set the targets. Okay? You have clear targets. Hey, if we hit X, Y, and Z, we'll get this done. We'll go on a cruise. We'll get a trip. Whatever. We had a target last month. We missed it. Literally by one customer. One customer. And what we did? We didn't lower the target. As a matter of fact, we raised the target even crazier. Because I told the team, listen, our job is not to hit goals. Our job is to stretch you guys, to show you that it is possible. If I told them 6 months ago, we're going to do that amount of numbers, they would have never believed it. They wouldn't believe it. But guess what? They got so close. I said, great, you got close. Let's change that goal. Let's stretch you guys. Let's make that happen. And I promise you, we're going to hit it this month. And if we get close to it, or if we don't hit it, guess what we're going to do again? Stretch that goal again. We always want to stretch that goal. Always want to stretch that goal. Create standards and set targets. Don't just give commissions just like that. I used to have one of my guys, he used to give commissions to people just because they showed up or just because he was nice. Oh, here's a bonus. Oh, I like it. Here's a bonus. No, they got to earn it. You got to create a standard and they got to earn it. It's very important. Do not just give bonuses out because you feel good. Let people earn it. They have to earn it. If they get it for free without earning it, you'll destroy your culture. Okay? Next. We talked about the tier system, but I'm talking about how to create the tier system. Create a tier system where there's 3 levels. If you want to do 3 is good. You want to do 2, it's fine. 5 is a little bit too much in my opinion, but it's okay if you do that. Create a tier system. 3 is the magic number in my opinion. The lowest one is where it's achievable. This one is like a little bit of a stretch, and this one is really for the top dogs that really want to get that extra money, okay, or that incentive. Create the tier systems and everything. Number 1, it creates competition, and number 2, it incentivizes people to push harder. So for example, if you do 1 sale this week, you get X amount of commission. You do 3 sales a week, you get another X amount on top of that. A little bonus, a little stretch, okay, and all the sales. You do 5 sales a week, you get an extra bonus, like a juicy bonus. And people now are excited. Because the guy that did 1 sale, in the middle of the week is like, wait a minute, maybe I could push to get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 even, right? But if there's no tier system, they have no reason to push. You'd be like, you know what, I'm chilling. Incentivize your team. Create an incentive with 3 different tier systems. You want to do 5, God bless you. Make sure your accounting team knows how to count it all up, but you want to make sure you have the tier system. Stretch people because they want to separate themselves. I call it, like, for example, separation Saturdays. Right? Separation Saturdays, you give them an extra bonus. You make a sale on Saturday, you come and spin the wheel. You do this, you do that. Why? I want to separate the champions with the wannabes. And I want to incentivize the champions so that other people are like, you know what? I'm a champion too. This creates a lot of competition and a lot of motivation in your teams. Okay? Number 8, tweak this until you get the desired outcome, desired habit. You have no idea how many times I had to change commissions. Hundreds of times. Like, by the way, we had a video about adapting to change. It's a great video to watch, okay? But I talked about changing commissions hundreds of times. As a matter of fact, right now we're about to change the commissions. Because I always want to tweak it to make it better. I want to add a little spice here. I want to add a little spice there. I want to incentivize this behavior. I want to incentivize that behavior. Like, what do I really want? What am I truly looking for? What am I solving for? What am I solving for? So for example, right now we're focusing on building teams, right? So I want my teams to be excited about building teams. So how am I going to get them to recruit more people or to take people out and train them? I incentivize them. Not only do you have the culture that does that for you, right? Because everyone wants to help each other out, but I also want to incentivize them by creating bonuses and structures that, hey, if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be able to own your own office. You'll be able to run your own business, run your own location, whatever it may be, have your own franchise, whatever. And by doing so, it incentivizes them. There's got to be an incentive for the individual, right? And remember, you want to solve for X, You want to do the math. You want to pick which one you want to be, whether it's volume or short-term profit. You want to attach incentives to the habits. You want to share the wealth. Stop stealing all the money. Give it back to your team. I promise you, the more you put into your team, the more money will come back to you. You want to create a standard and set targets so you can stretch your team and never lower the standards. You want to create a tier system, preferably 3. You want to do 5. Awesome. You want to do 2. It's okay. And last thing, you want to keep tweaking until you get the preferred and amazing desired results for your incentive. So I appreciate you guys. If you can do me a favor, share this video with someone that has a sales team, is building a sales team, or trying to get motivated, learn how to build a sales team in the future, or whatever. We appreciate you. We love you, but we want the algorithm gods to do us a favor and explode. So subscribe, like, and comment. So we'll see you guys in the next video.